Wow, 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 Leo. What a month May is turning out to be for you. Even Tiny pops up, yeah. So you know the messages are going to be good and the blessings are coming in. And the blessings are coming in because of how you are applying your energy, how you are confronting your circumstances. You are putting in different energy, and therefore you are making different actions, making different decisions, and getting different results. And as we enter June, I mean, I nearly came off my chair. I was that excited. I mean, the last row, looking forward ahead to June, we have the victory. We start with the victory, and you think that one's good. I mean, it just gets better and better and better. I'm happy for you. I hope it's a good month. It's going to be a good month. It's going to be a good 6 weeks. So enjoy. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth. I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader. And this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon, and Stars readings for May into June 2020. We're going to look at 3 distinct areas today. First of all, we're going to look at the Divine Masculine or the Sun section of your reading, which is all about our actions and experiences, what we can expect to face this month. In the second row, we're going to look at the Divine Feminine or the Moon section of our reading. And that's everything that's going on beneath the surface for us and what might be hidden from our consciousness or our conscious minds. And then finally, in the Stars section of our reading, we look ahead. We look ahead to June. We look ahead at where we're going to be starting that month. We're going to be looking at what type of experiences and what feelings we're going to be expecting to face. Don't forget to check out your moon signs, your rising signs, your Venus signs as well. These are very detailed readings, and so they can really help you to navigate the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm here every day on Key Wisdom Tarot with your daily pulse. It's a really excellent reading, and it really keeps us in tune and in check with just sort of the daily energies that we're all sort of facing and experiencing. So you can check that out. And the Key Wisdom playlist for everything: mindfulness, meditation, Reiki, and tarot. Okay, my darlings, without further ado, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated, so let's get on with. Okay, Leo. So the card at the base of your reading is the Eight of Cups, a perspective that you need to see this time period through. For you guys, it's the Eight of Cups. Cups energy is about your emotional self, your non-physical self, your divine feminine. So that's it. When I say non-physical self, that's everything that's you that is not physical. So your thoughts, your feelings, your memories, your perspectives, your inspirations, your belief system, all of those are the things that we learn. We become those things, we learn those things, we embody those experiences because of the things that happen to us, because of the experiences that we have with other people and the interactions we have with other people throughout our lives. 8 is a karmic number. It's the karmic number, the number 4 karmic cycles, the number that talks about learning, cycles of learning that we go through, cycles of learning more and more about ourselves that we go through. That's what karma's for, to help us to learn who we are, to help us to see more of who we are. And so this is about releasing. This is about moving away from a difficult emotional cycle that you have been experiencing up until this point, up until we get to May. So this is beautiful. This means that in the month of May we are releasing. I feel that energy when I was dealing your cards. This card here, it seems to be quite a significant message for some reason, and I feel it's about release, but I've not seen it, so I don't know. And this is a clarifying card to this energy here. So first of all, let's start then with the Sun section of our reading. So our actions and experiences, what's coming towards us this month. So we start with the Hierophant, which has got a clarifying card as well. Then we have the Sun card, then we have the Hermit energy, and then we also have the Emperor. This is amazing, isn't it? Absolutely divine masculine all the way. The Sun is your divine masculine, and we see the Sun, which is obviously divine masculine, and we see all masculine, major arcana masculine energies in the at the beginning of your reading. So what a very striking solid energy we start with for you guys. Our actions and experiences, this is showing that you are fully engaging, using your personal power. You're applying yourself, you're confronting yourself, you're being responsive, responding, and shifting the actions, shifting where you apply your energy, how you apply your energy in the month of May. And let me tell you, Leo, this is something for you that is authentic. This is something for you that is a display of your strength, a display of your confidence. You are showing that to yourself, not only to yourself, but to by your actions to the world around you, to the people that you share your home with in your life with. Let's have a look at the clarifying card here. We have the Seven of Cups. So let's start with the Hierophant energy, number 5. We understand that number 5 is, we've got number 4 as well. Number 5 is about change. It's a number of change, number 5 on the Tree of Life. Number 5 is Jabera. I think I pronounced it right. I don't know. That's a Hebrew letter. Jabera is power. That's what it means. And power, if you think about what power is, it's something that exists constantly, but it's something that can exist in different forms. It's something that can be channeled in one space, channeled in another direction, channeled in this direction, but it's never, it can become stronger, it can become weaker, but it's never destroyed. It's never completely expelled from our world. It's always something that shifts and that changes. So really, when we see number 5, we know it's about change, but we also know it's about the application of your power, the application of, as I said, your energy, your effort. In this instance with the Hierophant, I always say to you guys, if you follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook, you'll have seen the post that I did about the Hierophant last year, and it says that you can live your rules or somebody else's. And by your rules, what we mean by that is, by somebody else's rules, that we mean by that is, this is what society says, this is what the institutions say, this is what the social norms are, and what's socially acceptable, and what we believe to be acceptable, etc., etc. Or what do you think? What do I think? Am I going to live my life by these rules, or am I going to live my life by understanding that, I have control, I have the power to shift my life and to change my life and to apply, and it's all about the actions that I take. If I take different actions, I learn new lessons, I gain new wisdom. And really, we're in a situation, we're all in a situation in the world right now where we are engaged in a different type of way of living, a type of different way of living every day. And actually, we don't have to do what we always did. And this is really a message for you. You don't have to do what you always did. You don't have to feel how you always felt. And this is something that I feel like is a theme for you this month. I feel like the theme that's following you round is, again, this idea, this sense of, why am I doing and performing tasks and making the decisions that I'm making? Why am I doing those things? Is it something that's serving me? Is it something that's helping me? Is it something that's making me feel confident and happy? Is it something that's making me feel at peace? Is it something that's helping me to release? If the answer to those questions is yes, then brilliant, carry on. And we have this energy here to support this. But also, if the answer is no, then we continue to further engage, which is what the Hermit and the Emperor talk about as well. So there's an element of mystery about the reestablishment of yourself, just as we're all going through, we're all evolving, we're all shifting, we're all changing, and we're all sort of having to engage with questions about existential questions about what am I going to do, what do I want to do, how do I want to apply my energy, who am I, how am I responding, etc. So these are some of the questions that are going to be following you around this month. But you're sort of in a space of happiness, of clarity. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. It's linked to your power center, your solar plexus, which is all about your confidence, it's all about your self-esteem, and it's all about your ability to manifest. This is number 19 or number 10, and 1 and 0, 10. So it's about this opportunities just to begin to step through to a new way of living, to step over that threshold and to step into a new awareness about yourself. This is the sun card ultimately represents the you being comfortable being you in the world. That's ultimately what this card represents. It ultimately represents, you know, you being naked as a baby, letting the world see you, you know, behaving authentically, acting authentically, responding authentically, and to what you're currently facing, to what you are facing, to the questions that you're asking yourself this month. And you know, there doesn't seem to be any vulnerability, which is interesting, isn't it? We don't see no pages here, you know, we don't see no energies of maturing. What we see is a confidence, a solidity, a purpose behind your actions this month. You know, you are using this time, which is a really positive thing to do, using this time to confront yourself, to learn who you are, to nurture yourself, to show yourself compassion, to, you know, engage with some emotions or some old things that you felt, to engage with and to reflect on, you know, well, how do I feel about my life? How do I feel about our society, etc., etc. Whatever it is for you, you know, what you're doing is you're not sort of shying away from it. You're facing it. You're going, you're actively engaging, which is what this card represents. You're actively engaging with what is going on within, what's going on beneath the surface, with what you're feeling. And again, we have this represented in both these energies here, but I'll explain that one in a second. You know, this is the diligence of Virgo's energy, the Hermit card. This is number 9. So, you know, before we take that step, before we move on to the number 10, before we have the opportunity to start afresh, or to transform, or to step through the threshold, or to bring in change, we have to understand, well, what is it that I need to change? Well, you know, how is it that I am feeling? You know, how has the world order as it stands now, how has that affected the choices that I make? How has that affected the way that I choose to earn my living? You know, maybe if I did feel more confident in my life, if my life situations had given me, you know, more confidence and more education, or more pride in myself, in my heritage, in my capabilities, maybe if the society that we live in had given me that, maybe I would have done something different. Maybe I would have been an artist, you know, maybe I wouldn't have just been thinking about paying my mortgage, etc., etc., etc. You know, we have the time now, you know, which, you know, some people might, we know it's difficult. We know we're not going to go down that road, because we know that we're all facing that. But there is this energy here of, well, this is where we're at. So what am I going to do with this time? What am I going to do with this space? And for you guys, you are actively engaging with those type of questions. And Tiny has just come into the room right now. And he does that. You know, when Tiny comes in to say hello, that he's saying to you, make sure you're listening to this message, you know. Make sure you're listening to what my mum is saying, because she's speaking truth, because she's speaking sense. Oh, that's Tiny Doggy. Oh, yeah, Tiny Doggy knows. Okay, you said hello, Tiny. Okay. Oh, right, you're going to sleep on your mummy's lap now, aren't you? Okay, good boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, you get down. Okay, so, you know, you're actively engaging with that, and that's further emphasized with by the Emperor energy as well. Now, the Hermit energy, as I said, is Virgo's energy, so it is earth sign, so it is always indicates to me either physical healing and physical, you know, if you've got a chronic pain problem, or for example, that's just an example, you know, when we have or we're not sleeping well, or our health isn't good, you know, sometimes that can be emotional, or you know, emotional trauma that is currently manifesting itself in a physical way. So that's what sometimes the Hermit can represent. And it also, what it means by that is it's long-standing things that we haven't faced or confronted, things that we have. But as I said, these are all active energies, these are all masculine energies, these are all things that you're doing, which means that you are confronting it, and this is what it's giving you. It gives you that strength, that confidence. This is the boss, the Emperor. And I say to you, those people that have been watching the daily pulses, we've seen this card, haven't we? We saw this card in April. We saw this card, and this card is the year. It's a year of the Emperor. It's 2020, that transformation, and it is all about structures. Number 4. It's all about structures, number 4, and it's about the deconstruction of it. First of all, it's about the construction of a world. So it's about what we do. Okay, we build this world, we live in this world. The emperor builds this world. Everyone builds this world. We build it, and then we live in it like the emperor. And then when we live in it, we start asking ourselves questions. Well, is this the world that I want to live in? Is this the right place for me? Is this the thing is this how I want to continue to move forward? Is this something that I want to continue to build on? How can I shift this? How can I change this? These are the type of questions that the emperor asked himself, and this is why the emperor is the boss. This is why because the emperor knows where we came from. The emperor understands how the mountain was built. The emperor understands how the society was created. The emperor understands how his place in society was created, just as you are going to be understanding this month, Leo, just as you are going to be engaging with this month, Leo. And what the emperor then does is he says, is this a structure that we want to uphold and maintain? And for some of you it is, and for some of you it isn't. And these are the type of questions that you face in this month. But again, the emperor gives you strength, and the emperor has strength and confidence, because we know where our woundings are. We know the things that we need to release. We know when we need to get real with ourselves, when we need to be like, yeah, man, let's be clear in my thinking. Let's be clear in engaging with what's going on beneath the surface. That's what gives you the strength. That's what helps you to bring in the changes that you want. And as I said, ultimately, that's exactly what you're doing this month. You're releasing. So let's now move on to your feelings, my love. What's going on beneath the surface for you? What is going on beneath the surface in your divine feminine, in your emotional self? Well, this is excellent. So we have this confidence, and I like the fact that this was a strong message. It was a strong message. It's your energy. It's fire energy, isn't it, Leo? It's the King of Wands. So I like that was a strong message for you, because ultimately you're in your element, and that's the thing. This is a message of confidence. This is a message of bravery. This is a message of, as those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook, what did I say? In December, I said to you, after looking at the astrology for 2020, the message ultimately is, feel the fear and do it anyway. This is the situation that we now find ourselves in. And it's scary, and it might be difficult, and it's hard, and it's intense, and we might be afraid. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So you're here, you're in your house for 3 months, you're in your house for 6 months. What are you going to do? And this is the thing that actually gives you that confidence, because I've got my 1 pentacle. That's all I've got out of the 3. This is the only thing that I can control. So this is what gives you confidence. Let me confront. Let me spend that time learning about myself. Let me spend that time bringing in meditation. Let me spend that time writing the book that I've always wanted to write. Let me spend that time confronting my issues about my parents' divorce when I was a kid. Whatever it is for you as an individual. This is what's giving you confidence, and I'm glad that message was so strong. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Excellent. Again, connection. Look, we've got as above, so below. We've got clarity in our minds and in our actions, a link between our conscious self, why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, I'm doing, thinking things through, clarity. But we've also got the emotional connection, that saying, we've also got the emotional clarity there. We're connected to that. So we're following. This is a confident message. As I said, you are following that confidence. You are following that urge, that motivation. You're confronting things. You're feeling the fear. You're doing it anyway. The new experiences bring the new actions, the new energy, the place where you're channeling your power. It brings in new experience, which brings in new wisdom, which brings in growth, expansion, opens up the path further, etc, etc, etc. Confident reading for you guys. So we have got a page. This is the feelings of vulnerability. When we look within, it's as if literally you are looking, look, the Hermit, you're looking literally at your inner child. You're looking at the inner woundings, that you're looking at what wisdom you have gained in your life, the receptacle that is you. The receiving that you do all your life. You go out as Adam, you have experiences, you do things, you say things, you have interactions with people, and that filters down and filters through into the cup of your divine feminine, into the cup of your High Priestess, into the cup of your inner self, of your soul self, and you retain wisdom. You don't keep all the memories of everything, or you don't remember everything in detail necessarily, but you retain the imprint, or that your divine feminine retains the imprint. This is what she holds. She holds the knowledge of all the experiences that you've ever had. This is what she holds. So this is the vulnerability that we feel. We're engaging with it. As I said, we're facing it. We're not moving away from it. There you go. Revelations. That's what this card represents. So Leo, man, I can't wait for you to see this reading, because the confidence you are releasing, you are confronting, you are seeing, you are moving toward, you feel, I want to move toward this. I want to see what this is. And look, we've got 7-8, so we know there's progress there. We're releasing. We know we're releasing the emotional cycle, the woundings that we've been holding on to. Some of you for a very long time. But the King of Wands, even though this is beneath the surface, even though this is what we're feeling, what might be hidden from us, the King of Wands is active. So you're feeling that. You're feeling the wand energy. The wand energy is related to your second chakra, your sacral chakra, your inspiration, your creativity. If you've ever felt excitement, if you've ever felt trepidation, if you've ever felt nervousness, if you've ever felt motivated, if you've ever felt inspired, that's the physical manifestation of the wand energy, and that's what you'll be feeling. You'll be and that confidence as well. You know, you'll be feeling confident. You'll be feeling like I'm interested. I'm going in this direction. I want to see. I want to know. I want to uncover these mysteries. I want to ask these questions. I want to face it. And you do. And you're confident. And you move towards. That. And as I said, it's not like a challenge. It's not like a. It's like a sort of a real resolve and a real soberness that you recognise. Well, this is where we're at. This is where I'm at. So I might as well spend that time feeling. I might as well spend that time engaging. I might as well spend that time increasing my awareness about myself. Putting in different energy, getting out different results. Again, the High Priestess. So I've mentioned really all these cards mean, but I'll just give you a quick, rundown. So 2, this is the High Priestess. Number 2, the tarot cards, the tarot reader's card, and it's number 2. 2s are about our commitments. 2s are, and remember, this is 1, this is 2. So we've got 1, 2. We've got these links, these connections between between what's going on above and what's going on below. So we have divine masculine, and yes, we have divine masculine here, but we also have divine feminine here. We also have that balance of, as I said, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing is matching what I'm feeling, is matching the urges that I'm experiencing, is matching that push in that direction. So yeah, my actions are matching what's going on beneath the surface. And this is really just emphasizing that connection that you have here, that commitment. Number 2, that commitment that you have to engaging with your emotional self, to engaging with these questions, with these emotions, with trying to uncover what it is you feel, what it is you want, why it is you've built the life that you have, why it is you do the things that you do. We're spending this time, we're using this time to connect, to remember. High Priestess is linked to our memories. High Priestess is linked to our faith in ourselves, to our wisdom, and we're connecting with that wisdom, and that's what you have access to. And as I said, as above, so below here, that's clearly what you see. It's almost like the sun and the moon. This is representative of the moon, obviously governed by the moon, and it's similarly as is the Page of Cups. This is really the inner child, the vulnerability, the emotional, because it's Cups energy, vulnerability that you're feeling, the inner child, but it's masculine, so we're doing it anyway. Now, even though this is beneath the surface, again, this is about wanting to confront, wanting to engage, wanting to notice what you're feeling, notice the memories, notice the woundings. And even though we feel we don't know what's going to happen, well, you do, because I'm telling you, you're going to release it, you're going to engage with it, you're going to let it all go. You're going to come into the awareness. I'll talk about that in a second. Even though you're actively, you don't know, because it's a page. That's why I say you don't know what's going to happen. It's a page. We're maturing. You're strengthening through this process of, and as I said, this month, it's like the path that you're walking this month. It's literally like it's like you start reading a book on the 1st of May, and it's like, right, this is what you must do today to learn more about yourself. Start with this, start with that, and it's like you sort of, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it's kind of like you're doing that. It's kind of like, in the month, it's kind of like you make a decision in your mind almost, right? Okay, let me this month, I'm going to start doing X, whatever this is for you. I'm going to start doing X. Let me, and by doing X, whatever it is for you, I get what it's helping you to do, this action, because it's something you've always wanted to do, or it's something you've always avoided doing, one or the other. You are going to do that, and you're going to be confident in doing that, and you're going to maybe feel trepidatious and nervous because we're starting something new. This is a new way of applying our energy. It's a new way of channeling our power. So we don't know what the result's going to be, but we're still going to do it. You still feel the urge to do it, and you still do it. So it's a real month of strengthening, and also enlightenment. Judgment energy is like is revelationary energy. So it's number 2 also, but it's number 20. So it's 2 and a 0. So we're committing to potentially new. Yeah, committing to something potentially new. But that potentially new is something that we gain, if you will, by the understanding that we've gained through the month. So we learn, we do new things, I should say. We learn, we confront, we realize, then we release, and then we start a brand new path. Then we start a brand new way forward. Then we're firmly committed to we're firmly committed to the new path, this journey of releasing, this journey of understanding. We have to come into awareness. We have to come into that understanding. So before the understanding comes the action. So first comes the actions, then from the actions come the understanding, and then from the understanding comes the release, and then from the release comes the transformation, and then from the transformation comes the new path. And that's kind of the path that you're doing, and it's a lot of work with an E in the month of May. But again, you're confident, you're connected, both mental clarity, logic, reason, but also emotionally. You're confronting yourself, you're confronting by the things that you're doing this month, you're confronting yourself. And actually what that brings in, as I said, is that awareness, and that awareness helps you to release, and that awareness ultimately helps you to transform, and opens up the path for the following month of June. So let's have a look then, as we move into this first week of June, where we're sort of at, what sort of vibe we're at, because we're releasing, so let's have a look where the vibe is as we start June. Look at literally, it's like a story, isn't it? It's literally like a story, because I said to you, did I transform? And then we're here, and this is the victory. This is you being victorious in achieving all that in the month of May, and I couldn't be happier for you. This is the 6 of Wands, oh my word. We then have, so we literally go from the 8 of Cups, we go from the 7 of Cups to the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups at the beginning of June. So this is your wish fulfillment. This is your what's inside, what you're feeling inside. That's it being displayed to you. It's being, you engaging with it, you feeling it, you knowing what those things are. This is like a story. Beautiful. Then we move on to, oh my word, I mean, are you actually serious right now? Wow. 7 of Cups to 8 of Cups to 9 of Cups to 10 of Cups. All we need now is the Ace of Cups. And actually the Ace of Cups fell out when I was shuffling, before I turned the camera on. So anyway, it's just beautiful. Justice. Well, 11. So we've got 9, 10, 11. So we've got balance. Look at this. You are literally, the path that I explained, you have to engage, and you release, and you did it. The path that I explained, that's literally the path that you're walking. And this absolutely, definitively proves that for you, Leo. Absolutely, wow. Absolutely, wow. Because that's why I don't like to look at the cards beforehand, because I get distracted by the energies. If I'd have had all these open when I was up here, I'd have been like, oh my God. So that's why I do it. But 2, I like to sort of have the surprise with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the element of surprise with you guys. So I'll do a little intro, but I won't be putting this in, man. I'll be teasing you. Anyway, I've told you the story. What more do you want me to do? I can turn camera off now. I've saved myself 4 minutes. 6 of Wands. I've explained what one energy is. That's fire. That's you. So with fire, we're always moving. We're always wanting to move. We always feel the urge. We always feel the motivation. We always feel the impetus. And that's the as I said, that fire, that movement of one energy, your life force, your chi, your key, what animates you. And it's number 6, so linked to the lovers. And the lovers is a card of balance. You know, if you think about it, it has the divine masculine, Adam, and the divine feminine on that card Eve. And again, it's about the connection between those two, the acceptance of the relevance of both sides of self. So both my experiences and what I do and my actions, my external actions, but also my feelings, my memories, my woundings, my traumas, my inner child, etc. Both of those things are relevant and necessary and important, and both of those things help me to remain stable and help me to move forward. And so when we have, and number 6 on the tree of life is beauty, so that's also about appreciation, compassionate acceptance. So this is like the path that you walked in May, the things that you confronted in May. As I said, you were confident anyway, it was worth it. That's what you realize, that's what you know, that's what you feel ultimately, you know. As we end May, as you begin June, you're like, yeah, man, it was so worth it. I'm so glad that I started reading that book. I'm so glad that I started, you know, my meditation. I'm so glad that I started doing that cooking. I'm so glad that I started doing that exercise regime. Because, you know, it made me feel, it made me engage, it made me confront. And by confronting, I was able to release. And by releasing, I was able to transform. And by transforming, I was able to manifest an absolutely brand new experiences in my life that I've wanted to experience and see for so long. I feel invigorated, I feel happy, I feel confident, I feel successful. And that's exactly how you're going to feel as you enter June, my darlings. And even just look at the synchronicities here. We've got number 5, the Hierophant. We've got number 6 here, the 6 of Wands. And then we've got the 7 of Cups, which is hiding under there. Then we've got the 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Whenever in numerology we see number sequences, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 7, whatever, 2, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, whatever the sequence, it means progress. It means steps along the path. And this is exactly what we see. And in this instance, progress equals results. And in this instance, results equals healing, happiness, joy, pleasure, you know, that abundance. And again, you know, 9. So we know it's about what's within. And again, it's like long-standing stuff, you know, potentially, because it is the feminine with the cup. So it could be this is stuff you're feeling, things now that you've wanted to feel. You feel now in June what you've wanted to feel for such a long time, free of that, you know, confident in your ability to be a painter, or confident in yourself, or, you know, loving yourself. You feel this is what you've not felt either for a long time, or you've not been able to connect really truly to that, or you've not really truly had the space to sort of, you know, nurture yourself. And now you have that, now you feel that, and it's a very comforting and comfortable place for you to be. And not only that, we have this abundance. We have, you know, again, 9s are a number that we have to get to. We have to work in number 9. We have to confront, we have to engage. Think about the 9 of Wands, think about the 9 of Swords, you know, the dark night of the soul. You know, those energies are about confronting. Those energies are about seeing, about feeling. So whenever we see number 9, and again, it's always long-standing stuff, it's always stuff that's been on the cycle, so we feel it. It's like, wow, man, that's how I felt, that's what I was holding on to, you know, that's what I needed to release, you know, that's what, you know, I was sad about, that's what was causing me, you know, the difficulty, the anxiety, or the pain, you know, and that's kind of like where it's like, wow, you're kind of looking back. And as I said, looking back at your month in May and appreciating, I'm glad that I walked that path, I'm glad that I did what I did, I'm glad that I've been doing what I've doing, I'm glad that I started what I started, because now I know and understand it was what I needed to do to release so that I could move on. And you get this abundance now, you get this again, this change, this shift, you know, this beginning, number 1 and 0 of a new going into a new phase, going into a new step, going to a new place of understanding, of feeling, you know, that confidence, that comfortableness, you know, comfortableness, is that even a word? I mean, I am an English teacher, or I used to be, so yeah, I should know anyway, but you get my drift. You know, this is that abundance and the happiness, the joy, and the Ten of Cups is different from the Ten of Pentacles in that the Ten of Pentacles is about manifested security. It's about things that you've worked hard for. I've worked hard for this job, and now I've got this job, and I get paid this money, and I've got this house because of it, and I've got my family because of it, and I've got this life because of it. That's Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Cups is we find the cups within. We find the source of our joy and the source of our happiness, and the thing that ultimately makes me feel happy, and the thing that ultimately makes me feel at peace. And for you, it seems like what it is that's currently helping you feel that way is the fact that you've managed to release some a heavy emotional cycle that you've been in. So that could have been because of Corona, or it could have been something that's longer standing than that. But because you've managed to release it, that's where you realize, I managed to release this. I managed to get over this because I confronted it, because I looked at it, because I engaged with it, because I started doing X. It was me doing that. You know, it was me doing that. It was me facing it. It was me doing those actions. It was me starting reading that book. It was me, whatever it is you do. It was me doing that helped me to release this. And that's what you sort of get to reflect on. And that's what you also gives you that strength and that emotional abundance that no one can take you away from it. Because what you learn from those lessons is, I've got that in my locker. I've got that in my wisdom now. I've got that in my cup, that wisdom that I've gained through that. And so I know whatever I confront, you know, whatever emotional cycle that comes forward, I know that I've got a hand in being able to shift and to change it. And it's all about how I apply my energy. And that's, as I said, the path that you're walking and the lesson that you're learning. And you get this balance, this justice. Number 11, further on our path. Number 2 again. You know, and this is that clear, that clarity. It's like all the details, all the clarity, all the answers. This is what this card is representative of. And look again at the synchronicities. We've got 2 here, well 11, we've got 2 here, well 20, we've got 4 here, 2, 2, 4. So again, what was I saying about the Emperor? You know, the reason, this is literally the Emperor in a way. You could put these 2 cards side by side, and this is the what the Emperor does. You know, the Emperor sees things, knows things, engages with things, has that revelation, has these revelations, you know, comes into that awareness, you know, has these thoughts, his clarity, shifts, you know, uses that information to shift the perspective, to shift his perspective, and then shifting your perspective, then, as I said, that then means that your actions are then affected as well. So we see that balance. What we see in this reading is balance. What we see in this reading is steps, progress, and ultimately results, ultimately peace. And it's brought in because of your own application of your energy, because what you're doing. Because as I said, whatever's going on, or not whatever's going on, it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. But you've only got your pentacle. You've only got what you can do. And what you can do, you realize, is a heck of a lot in this space. You can do, and I've said before, you know, you can't change the world by changing the world. And it's kind of like, that's a kind of realization that we all are probably going to go through this year, where we realize that actually what is important, because we're all sat there now at home, what is important is the balance of me, of my mind, of my emotional self, of the things that I'm doing. Because if we can all find that balance, if we can all find that awareness, if we can all engage with ourselves, then all of us will grow in compassion for not just ourselves but for other people. We'll realize that we are all the same, and we all need food, and we all need love. We all need those things, and we all need people to care about us, but we need to care about ourselves. We need to care. If we care about ourselves, then we learn the significance of caring for others as well. And that's really the balance that you're striking. That's really the balance that comes in for you, that awareness that comes in for you this month, over this next 6 weeks. And what an absolutely beautiful message. I mean, you know, I feel at peace now, being here, having read this message for you. And I really know and hope that you are going to enjoy the journey And as I said, clearly, I mean, we've got the happiest card. We've literally got the happiest cards in the deck. So if you don't enjoy this next 6 weeks, then I don't know what. But, you know, this is what you realise. You realise that I can do something to feel good. I can do something to feel better. I can do something to improve how I'm feeling about this, how I'm facing this. You know, I can do something about that, and you do something about it, and it, as I said, it brings in that balance, that beauty, that harmony in your life. Okay, my darlings, I will be back. I'm here every day on Key Wisdom Tarot with your daily pulse, and I love those readings. So yeah, definitely check those out. Key Wisdom play. Oh, I've said all this over at the beginning, but Key Wisdom playlist for everything mindfulness, Reiki. Mindfulness, meditation, Reiki, and tarot. Okay, my darlings, I'm out of here. Follow me on Instagram, whatever. Okay, have a lovely 6 weeks, and I'll see you all again. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow or today. But yeah, I'll see you all again very soon with your brand new monthly reading. Take care, my darling Leos. Bye.